Myself and meteorologist Matt Gray, come on in. As we're talking about, again, the big storm, and this is the biggest storm we've had this winter season, certainly, and the most impactful storm that we've had. Some of the amounts of snow, I mean, this is 8 o'clock, and we've added probably another half an inch to inch in many of these locations.
Yeah, and we're just going to keep on trucking right for the next few hours.
Unless you want to cross the pass. Yeah, unless you're a trucker,
then you ain't going anywhere.
We're going to talk about pass updates coming up in just a little bit, but you look 4 to 6 inches anywhere around our region in Spokane, Orville 8, Grangeville at 4, and then you heard from the good people over in Twisp.
Yeah, 18 inches and rising.
Okay, and then we see temperature Leavenworth at 22 inches. So certainly heavier amounts into the Central Basin back towards the Cascades.
Yeah, basically everywhere that was right where that moisture stream this morning pushed in, right there on those east slopes of the Cascades, got dunked on. And well, here we are.
All right, Matt's going to be covering again, some of the stuff coming up. I'm going to be covering some of the basics here as we take a look at what we can expect, and we'll look at the rest of the day. Here we go. We're going to see snow that's going to happen at noon, 4 o'clock, that chance of light snow continuing, but more so, it's the changeover to rain that's going to be interesting later on today.
Yeah, could be a glazed donut type situation that we don't want.
For a little bit.
For a little bit.
And then it'll change over to rain, and then hopefully what they have on the streets is going to kick in and help with that. But we're looking for a little bit here, but more so to the south and around the Tri-Cities and such?
Yeah, Tri-Cities, kind of Yakima, Wenatchee area as well.
Okay, so we look at the 4 things you need to know. Winter storm warning till 4 o'clock, steady snow. We've had light amounts of snow at a steady pace. We've added 2 inches to snow here at the studio since 4 a.m. So, I mean, that's about a half an inch an hour. 1 to 3 inches more in the valleys, and then again, it's going to be changing to rain, so that's what we're going to be seeing. Doppler radar, we had a nice break for, I don't know, half an hour, and then more so filling in, and it looks like we're going to get another break.
Yeah, starting to ease up a little bit. It is going to be more in fits and starts, it looks like now, looking at things, but man, if you look at the full zoomed out picture, there's a lot of moisture that's still coming across those mountains.
All right, let's do that.
Yeah,
the full zoomed out picture, it's as if he knew what was coming, and he didn't. So we look at this, and you can see those breaks, but there's more behind it, and the Cascades continue to pull more moisture out of the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's the thing is, because all the passes are closed, we don't know exactly how much snow has fallen up there, but it could be at least 40 inches in some places. So, I mean, we're talking about a long time for them to clear things out and get stuff going.
We'll show you that here in just a minute. Matt's going to take over the button here and show you 72-hour forecast. We're going to see in the Idaho-Washington border, again, a drying out tomorrow morning after morning rain showers, and then the winds are going to fire up. And we're going to see still scattered showers, windy conditions, but the Cascades continue to pull more snow. So today we're going to be at 34. That's going to happen after sunset. 49 into Seattle, 37 into Pullman. Oh, by the way, flying to Seattle, we've had many flights canceled, delayed, interrupted, in and out of Spokane, going to and from Seattle. So this weather is, again, very impactful, even for those people trying to go to Seattle to get a connecting flight.
Yeah.
It is not happening today. 35 for the overnight low. A normal overnight low is about 23. So much above average. And then we're going to be up to 41 tomorrow, also into Coeur d'Alene, 39 into Deer Park, 38 into Colville. So we're going to see a little bit of a melt-off, but maybe not as much as some people would like. That's sort of how it's going to
Still going to be, it's going to be a lot of puddles around, though, by the end of the day.
So we've got morning rain, wind on Friday, Saturday, mostly sunny and 31. Sunday, it's going to be 29, and it's going to be cool. I didn't put cold, even though we're in the teens, because, well, I think we've acclimated to that.
Yeah, after last week, I think that everything else is just nice and cool by comparison.
What we're saying is things are going to get steady. They're going to be drier next week, and things are going to improve. But the next 24 hours, we're going to have challenges that are going to face those who are heading out and about, again, allowing more time to do anything and everything. So don't put a list of 10 things in your car and think you're going to get them all done today.
No.
Do a couple of things. Just allow for extra time, no matter what it is, shoveling or running errands.
Yeah, because it may not be you that wants to be slow going. It might be somebody else.
Over in Seattle, there are trucks with bread and eggs and milk, and they're not going to be coming in anytime soon. Why don't you take this and cover more of that as we look at the impacts that we're seeing in those higher elevations.
Yeah, so we got some new stuff from WSDOT, and I-84 is closed right now as well, and that's the only way to get across. All the other passes are closed. And now it looks like because of falling trees, because of avalanche danger, everything is going to be shut down until perhaps Saturday. Until Saturday. Yeah, this is wild, wild stuff. What do you know? It's another one of these atmospheric rivers, deep tropical moisture dumping 30, 40, maybe even 50 in some places. Inches of snow there in the Cascades. Here's that deep moisture. It doesn't get out of here until we get into Friday afternoon. So that means we still have another 24 hours where we're going to continue to see just, well, insult on top of injury as far as mountain snowfall, and that's going to delay getting some of these important highway corridors open again. We're also concerned a little bit about some freezing rain across parts of Washington, primarily looking at some freezing rain as some of this warmer air that's being brought in by that tropical moisture brings up warm air from the south. And so we'll be watching for some freezing rain. We've already seen some freezing drizzle in places like Walla Walla, in places like Yakima. And so in those areas, that's where we're really going to be watching for the possibility of freezing rain on top of the snow.
This transition this afternoon is really going to make that highway I-90 a mess. So just a heads up, if you're heading into the central part or you're trying to get down into the Tri-Cities, again, allow for an extra hour or two of travel. You may be going 20, 30 miles an hour for a stretch as that thing freezes up.
Yeah.
And we get that freezing rain on it.
Yeah. Now, there is even a chance perhaps on the West Plains in Spokane County that we see a little bit of a glaze of ice, but it's going to be very brief, and we should continue to warm throughout the night, and that is going to help us create slushy roads as opposed to slick and slippery roads. So the optimism is a little bit higher here, but certainly we're going to be watching for ice around the Washington Flatlands as we head into this afternoon and this evening. Here's how things are going to go with that transition. Obviously, snow this morning.
This is what I love when we look at this, and Matt brings this up beautifully, our elevations and how they play with the rest of the day when
Could
it
be
comes
raining
to that
down
warming.
here, could be snowing up here. We see that all the time.
Right.
Right.
So we should all be in with evening rain by 7, 8 o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even into the South Hill, which has been dumped on today.
Sorry, guys. Good luck getting down the hill.
More so than
If you haven't
downhill.
already.
And 5 Mile and Green Bluff, all higher elevations, all seeing more. About 7 inches at Mount Spokane right now, and their power is on, by the way.
Yeah. As Chris calls them in the afternoons, the higher benches.
Yeah.
And those higher benches will hang on to the snow or a wintry mix a little bit longer. But yeah, it's going to be one of those weird days where the evening after the sun goes down, it's pretty warm out by comparison to what we saw this morning. And so we'll have that little mixed transition and then end up being rain all day tomorrow as well, because as Mark showed you, we're going to be above freezing pretty much all day. And we'll leave you with this. Yeah, there'll be some breaks from time to time. The snow isn't going to be as heavy as it was overnight, but it's still coming. And so we're going to continue to see issues.
All right, the plowing is going to continue. They're going to be on I-90. Idaho is going to hold on to the snow longer. They're going to get higher totals. We were expecting Coeur d'Alene to get probably, 2 inches more than us. And again, we see that 4th of July pass. Do you have that? Do you have the picture of the passes coming up?
Actually, yes. Let me take a look. There we go.
There we go.
Here's our 4 box here of our passes. So we have the closed ones, and you can't see the road because they're all closed. And you've definitely, there's some cameras on Stevens Pass that have been showing some snow slides as well, where you're like, it's unrecognizable, right?
But look
now.
at Lookout and 4th of July pass, you can see
still
it's
get to Montana.
Yeah, snow-packed and icy, but it's slow going. If you don't need to go to Montana, or if you can delay your trip. In fact, I told one viewer, she goes, hey, I'm in Montana. I don't need to leave, but I want to get home. And I said, wait till Saturday. Take another day and enjoy the big sky state because you got big snow at Lookout Pass this way.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's the thing, is especially in this side, it's still going to be snowing in the morning, likely at Lookout Pass, just because of the elevation is a lot higher than the other passes in our region. So we're going to still see that a little bit. But especially later on Friday, it's going to improve quite a bit as we continue to have that warm air work its way in.
Okay. Meteorologist Matt Gray, thank you so much for being here this morning. We know we got you up way early to come in.
I've had lots of coffee.
Lots of coffee. We want to thank you for continuing to use 4 News Now And again, the 4 News Now Facebook page as a place where you can get information. Don't forget KXLY.com with, again, the school delays, closures, a lot of them around our region. And we're going to see maybe parts of that again tomorrow in the outlying areas, as again, those side roads are going to be impassable in places or very difficult. So we'll continue to keep you up to date. The 4 News Now news app is available with push alerts. When something happens, you'll know about it, be it news or now weather being the news. All right, have a great day, Matt.
Yeah, see you guys.
Have a great day. Take care, everybody. Thank you for watching.